Hello viewers, welcome to another interesting episode of Views and Opinions on Hill Media Africa. It's your girl Ogunoike Omotola, and today our focus is on leadership. Leadership problems abound everywhere in the world. The huge population of the world, coupled with the diverse social complexities, makes it unimaginable to think of a world without viable leadership. A leader is said to be viable when he or she is service-oriented and accountable to his or her followers. Such a person is known to be a servant leader. Let's take this expository report on servant leadership, after which we head to our street parliament to get their views on this topic. Stay with us.
The origin of the concept of servant leadership is rooted in the Bible. In the Gospel of Mark, chapter 10, verse 42 to 45, the Messiah spelled it out to his disciples on the acceptable leadership code of conduct. In our modern world today, which is largely secular, the global rules of engagement is not particularly Christ-central, as the views of a diverse religious and non-religious beliefs are in contention for acceptability and supremacy. But whenever the issue of supremacy arises, the need for acceptable leadership also arises. In the history of human civilization, the world has never run short of leaders. Leaders rise and leaders fall. These include local, regional, national, and international leaders, with references from the ancient world to the contemporary age. According to history, a long list of leaders rose to fame as monarchs, feuds, conquerors, dictators, and democrats. Democracy, however, being the most ideal system of government by principles, still falls short when it comes to meeting the leadership needs of those who practice it. Thus, this reopens the discussion on what form of leadership is best suitable for humanity. Perhaps the servant leadership form is a worthy proposal founded by Jesus Christ over 2,000 years ago. He taught these principles to his disciples, he lived and died by it, and eventually resurrected from the dead, practicing same principle. Servant leadership promotes service, accountability, selflessness, and unity of purpose. It is pragmatic, and the gains are infinite.
The best leadership is servant leadership.
I think the servant leadership is good for this nation because it's actually meant for the people.
A leadership we need today is one that is humane.
I think we need a vibrant leader.
Leaders that will carry the followers along.
Especially Nigeria is expecting somebody that is humble.
I think the servant leadership is good for this nation because it's actually meant for the people, to help assist the people, to help give the people a voice, to help make sure that the people are actually comfortable, to give this space for the people to feel like they belong, not make the people feel as if they are slaves.
One that is patriotic, one that actually regards the entire country as her own constituency. A leadership that is not, that has no iota of marginalization in her. A leadership that makes sure that every region of the country is taken care of in the scheme of governance of this country. If we do not therefore implant a leadership that will be able to exhibit all these qualities I've mentioned, all it means is that we will still not get it right. And the country might sooner than later polarize to such an extent that at least the type of protest we had during the last nationwide youth protest, will even be lesser than what we are going to have in future.
A leader who thinks and who reads, who understands, and who knows what the masses are feeling. I think we need a leader who can bring the way forward out from the youth and from the citizens.
Leaders that will make things easy for people, make life worth living for people.
As somebody that understands the feelings of the masses, as somebody that can make a promise and stand by it, as somebody that has the fear of God, if nothing, and also somebody that can be able to make the economy better. A lot of graduates are still in the streets hustling after coming out with 2-1 and 2-2. You still see them, running helter-skelter, trying to make life ends meet. And it's somebody that will know that they are leading people, not animals.
When you check out the scripture, Christ said to be a leader, you must be a servant to the people you are in it. So I'm taking the example from the Bible.
We need more servant leaders among our elected officials, priests and pastors, business managers, and mothers and fathers. But what is servant leadership? And why do we need more of this quality among authority figures? It is Jesus who teaches us what servant leadership is. In the gospel, Jesus heard his apostles bickering over who was greatest among them. And he said to them, quote, "You know that the princes of the Gentiles lord it over them, and they that are greater exercise power upon them. It shall not be so among you, but whosoever will be greater among you, let him be your minister, and he that would be first among you shall be your servant." So why is it so important that more authority figures are servant leaders? Because only those who imitate Christ, exercising authority for the good of all, rather than for their own wealth, power, or status, will achieve peace and prosperity for the people they serve as God intended.
Welcome back. When we speak of leadership, people tend to focus more on the political aspect, which is the global, the national, and also the regional government. But leadership cuts across all forms of government, be it formal and informal. From our families down to the communities, to the social clubs and the religious bodies, leaders can be identified everywhere. We at Hill Media Africa strongly believe that the best style of leadership is the servant from leadership. That is leadership by service as opposed to leadership by dictate. Let's know your thoughts down in the comment section below on leadership. Don't also forget to like this video, share and also subscribe so this video can gain more visibility. That's a wrap on today's episode. I remain Ogunekina Motola till I come your way next week. Bye bye.